Hey everybody. So we had the rehearsal last night, at which I used my Joyo JW-03 wireless system, 40 bucks, and I wanted to give a report right after that. This report is so fresh I haven't even had a chance to take a shower and change my shirt, which, I smell like an ashtray at best. Anyway, I was using my favorite Bone Daddy modded Akai microphone, and the problem became pretty quickly obvious in that this is a pretty decent apparatus. Once you get the adapter on there and the transmitter on there, all of a sudden you've got a fair amount of stuff in your hand. This folds up, so that reduces the, what do you call it, the lever arm. You physicists, you can correct me. But it's substantial. I was playing with it for about 2.5 hours, and it's okay. It can be done. But if I had my preferences, I would probably go with a shorter microphone and also one that has a direct, 1/4-inch plug so that you can jack this into it directly. I've got a couple of pictures of the Bone Daddy little honker and one of the Silverfish mics that fit that bill pretty well. But as soon as you are using a screw-on connector, that adds this piece, and if you've got a volume control on top of that, that's this piece, and then by the time you get this thing stuck in, you're dealing with, like a walking stick or a cane or something like that, and not necessarily a microphone. So that's a consideration that you should make depending on what kind of a microphone that you have. So item 2 was that if I got too close to my neighboring guitar player's receiver, he's using a wireless system as well, it cut out his signal completely. So he was playing, and I put this over there by his receiver, and you couldn't hear him play guitar. Interestingly enough, he got annoyed with that, and at some point he's like, stop doing that. So, I stopped doing that. Tonally, I noticed no difference between this and a cable. There was no lag, and I could get a good 30 feet away from the amp, and it sounded fine. There was no breakup or anything like that. So I'll play a couple of clips of me playing this yesterday evening, and you can see what it sounds like. It sounds just like a cable, and I dance around in the front a little bit. Again, so real world situation, it worked fine. The only consideration that I would recommend you make on this, whether or not to buy it, is what kind of a microphone you're using. And based on the pictures that I showed of some of these other things, you can get an idea of how these things fit in your hand once you've plugged all of this stuff in. But for 40 bucks, the battery life is meant to be about 9 hours. It certainly lasted the 2.5 that I was playing yesterday. It's a great deal. It sounds great. And you can do all of the little fancy stuff that you always wanted to do but never had a chance because you had a guitar cable wrapped around your neck. Enjoy your day.
I put the sugar in your head. Yeah, I want to hold it in that mud, baby. Put the sugar in your head.